Deep within ancient biblical texts lie 3 powerful herbs that can transform your restless nights into peaceful, restorative sleep. Number 2 was so potent that Egyptian pharaohs took it to their graves, while number 3 was considered more valuable than gold in Solomon's time. Let's begin. Number 1. Frankincense. When the wise men brought frankincense to the newborn Christ, they weren't just offering an expensive gift. They were presenting one of the most powerful sleep-inducing substances known to the ancient world. This sacred resin, harvested from the boswellia tree in the harsh mountains of Oman and Somalia, has been scientifically proven to alter brainwave patterns and promote deep regenerative sleep cycles. Modern research reveals that frankincense contains boswellic acids, sus compounds that cross the blood-brain barrier and directly influence the limbic system, the brain's emotional center that governs sleep and relaxation. When burned or diffused, frankincense releases insensol acetate, a psychoactive compound that activates TRPV3 ion channels in the brain, producing the same calming effects as prescription sleep medications, but without the dangerous side effects. Biblical scholars have discovered that frankincense was burned in the Temple of Solomon specifically during evening prayers, creating an atmosphere of tranquility that prepared worshippers for restful sleep. The high priests understood what modern neuroscience has only recently confirmed, that frankincense doesn't just mask sleep problems, it actually rewires the brain for better sleep architecture. But here's what most people don't realize about frankincense. Its sleep-promoting power comes from a complex interaction of over 200 chemical compounds that work synergistically to reduce cortisol levels, lower blood pressure, and slow breathing patterns. Ancient practitioners would burn small amounts of high-grade frankincense resin 30 minutes before bedtime, allowing the aromatic molecules to saturate their sleeping chambers and induce what they called the sleep of the blessed. The quality of frankincense matters tremendously for sleep benefits. True biblical-grade frankincense comes from specific boswellia sacra trees that grow only in certain microclimates of the Arabian Peninsula. Most commercial frankincense sold today is harvested from younger trees or different species entirely, lacking the concentrated sleep-promoting compounds that made this resin worth more than gold in ancient times. Number 2. Spikenard. Hidden in the Gospels is the story of Mary of Bethany breaking an alabaster jar of pure spikenard to anoint Jesus' feet, an act that revealed not just devotion, but deep knowledge of this herb's extraordinary power to bring peace to both body and spirit. Spikenard, or Nardostachys jatamansi, grows only in the high altitudes of the Himalayas, where biblical merchants risked their lives to obtain this precious root that could guarantee a night of undisturbed sleep. This is where things get interesting. Spikenard contains unique sesquiterpenes and valerenic acid compounds that bind directly to GABA receptors in the brain, the same pathways targeted by modern sleep medications like Ambien and Lunesta. But unlike synthetic drugs, Spikenard enhances natural sleep cycles without creating dependency or morning grogginess. Ancient texts describe spikenard as the oil of gladness because it not only induced sleep but eliminated the anxiety and racing thoughts that keep people awake. Roman emperors and wealthy merchants paid astronomical sums for authentic spikenard oil, understanding that a few drops applied to the temples and wrists could transform insomnia into deep, restorative slumber. The oil was so valuable that it was often diluted with cheaper oils, leading to strict authentication rituals in ancient marketplaces. Pure spikenard oil has a distinctive earthy, musky aroma that immediately signals the brain to begin producing melatonin and reducing stress hormones. Modern sleep studies have confirmed that spikenard increases slow-wave sleep, the deepest, most restorative phase of the sleep cycle, where cellular repair and memory consolidation occur. Ancient practitioners discovered that combining spikenard with meditation or prayer created what they called divine sleep, a state of such profound rest that people would wake feeling completely renewed after just 6 hours. And it gets even more surprising. Archaeological evidence suggests that spikenard was one of the primary ingredients in the holy anointing oil described in Exodus, used to consecrate priests and kings. This wasn't merely ceremonial. The neurological effects of spikenard would have induced a state of calm clarity perfect for receiving divine guidance and maintaining mental balance under pressure. The challenge with modern spikenard lies in sourcing authentic high-altitude grown roots. Climate change and overharvesting have made true Himalayan spikenard increasingly rare, while most commercial products contain synthetic substitutes or lower-altitude varieties that lack the concentrated sleep-promoting compounds. Authentic Spikenard essential oil should be thick, almost resinous, with an intense earthy aroma that can fill a room with just one drop. Number 3. Myrrh. The third gift brought to the Christ child holds perhaps the most profound sleep secret of all. Myrrh, the tears of the gods, contains compounds so powerful that ancient Egyptian embalmers used it not just to preserve bodies but to ensure peaceful passage into eternal rest. This bitter resin from the commiphora tree has been scientifically proven to regulate circadian rhythms and restore natural sleep-wake cycles disrupted by stress, illness, or aging. What makes myrrh extraordinary for sleep isn't just its sedative properties, it's the unique way it addresses the root causes of insomnia. Modern research has identified over 300 compounds in pure myrrh, including furanudesma and elemeni derivatives that reduce inflammation in the brain while simultaneously boosting production of natural sleep chemicals. Ancient physicians understood that true healing sleep required more than just unconsciousness. It demanded the deep cellular restoration that only myrrh could provide. Biblical accounts describe myrrh being mixed with wine as a natural anesthetic before crucifixion, demonstrating its powerful ability to calm both physical pain and emotional anguish. This same mechanism makes myrrh incredibly effective for people whose sleep is disrupted by chronic pain, anxiety, or grief. The resin contains natural opioid-like compounds that don't create addiction, but do provide the deep relaxation necessary for restorative sleep cycles. The next one might change how you think about this ancient remedy. Myrrh actually improves sleep quality progressively over time rather than providing immediate knockout effects like modern medications. Ancient practitioners would use myrrh for 7 consecutive nights, allowing its compounds to accumulate in the system and naturally reset disrupted sleep patterns. They discovered that myrrh not only helped people fall asleep faster, but dramatically improved dream quality and morning alertness. Archaeological discoveries in Egyptian tombs have revealed sophisticated myrrh preparations specifically designed for sleep enhancement. These ancient formulations combined different grades of myrrh resin with specific carrier oils, creating concentrated sleep aids that remained potent for decades. The Egyptians understood that myrrh's sleep benefits came from its ability to purify both body and spirit, removing the energetic blockages that prevent truly restful sleep. Here's the crucial factor most people overlook. Authentic myrrh must be harvested during specific seasonal conditions when the tree naturally exudes resin in response to environmental stress. This wound myrrh contains the highest concentrations of sleep-promoting compounds, while commercially harvested myrrh often lacks these critical elements. True biblical-grade myrrh tears should be dark reddish-brown with a complex aroma that's simultaneously bitter, sweet, and slightly metallic. These 3 biblical herbs represent a complete sleep restoration system that addresses insomnia at every level. Frankincense calms the mind, Spikenard relaxes the nervous system, and myrrh heals the body's natural sleep mechanisms. Modern science has finally validated what ancient peoples knew intuitively, that true sleep isn't just the absence of wakefulness, but a sacred state of restoration that requires the right botanical allies. Which one surprised you the most? Subscribe to discover more forgotten plant wisdom that could transform your health naturally.